An average human being has 650 muscles, which stretching and relaxing controlled by the brain. But sometimes the time required for the brain to process the signal and send it back is far too long for a particular situation, like moving an arm of a hot oven. In that case, reflexes come into play and the spinal cord does all the job instead of the brain. Not only reflexes make it easier for your brain to control your body. We make precise, complicated movements every day. For example, like driving a car, which includes a bunch of them. But over time, we do not require so much attention and energy to perform them. Of course, name muscle memory does not mean that memories are stored in the muscle. They are stored in the brain, like all types of memories. But muscle memory takes a special place and is different from all the types of memories that we have. Actually, we got different types of memories. For example, we got memories for facts. You may not remember where and when did you learn the fact that the capital of Great Britain is London, but you know the fact itself. It's called declarative memory. The same thing with muscle memory. You may lose all your memories and not remember about your past, but you still be able to ride a bike or a car. These different types of memories are controlled by different brain regions. Declarative memory, that's been mentioned above, is produced and stored in the temporal lobe and hippocampus, while storage of muscle memory is provided by a large number of brain regions, including motor cortex, basal ganglia and cerebellum. But what happens to a brain when we learn a new skill? Using an MRI, one can detect changes in the connections of the brain regions. Such studies were conducted in Oxford, using participants who had to learn how to juggle. The MRI scans were conducted before the experiment and 6 weeks after the experiment, which revealed increased connection in the white matter between regions responsible for vision and for making movements. Those increased connections result in faster and easier sharing of information, resulting in a greater hand-eye coordination. When you learn a new skill, changes are going to occur to a motor cortex as well, and these alterations are going to differ depending on your activity. For example, professional players of string instruments tend to have larger areas representing their left hand. There is a more fascinating way to look at the brain changing, and that's fMRI. Studies have shown that at the very beginning of learning a new skill there is a large amount of activity happening across the brain, particularly in the premotor cortex, which is responsible for motion planning. And this is quite obvious, you have to carefully plan every motion at the beginning. But what happens when you get in better is the amount of activity is reducing gradually, making it more focused. Basically, the brain is finding the most efficient way to make the task. Brain is a highly effective machine which barely starts to unfold its secrets.